welcome back to my channel. I am so excited. I am so excited for this week, I can't even. We are going to be going through my entire makeup collection. I'm going to be showing you legit all of my products, and we're going to declutter things. We are going to start fresh for 2018. I am going to finally let go of stuff I don't need anymore, even though I know it's going to be difficult, and I'm going to film it all for you to see. For those of you that are new to my channel, my name is Lauren. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out and chatting beauty with me. I normally upload videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, but this week is going to be a special week. I'm going to be uploading 5 videos, Monday through Friday, every single day, because I have a lot of makeup to talk about. So I'm going to be breaking my whole collection down. We're going to be starting with face products today, and then we're going to move on to like blush, bronzer, and highlight, eyeshadow palettes, lips, eye makeup, just there's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be epic. So make sure if you haven't already subscribed that you'll click that little button down below. That way you'll be notified when I upload new content and you can stay in the loop with all my fun beauty goodness. So without me rambling on anymore, because it's already going to be a long video, let's get into today's declutter. So I'm gonna kick off this week by tackling this situation right here. These are all of my like base products: primers, foundations, concealer, powder, and setting sprays. So we're gonna talk a little bit about what I have, what are my favorites, what I'm definitely keeping, and what I'm gonna be getting rid of. So why don't we start here with the first things you put on your face, which is primers, of which I have way more than I definitely need to keep. So right off the bat, I can tell you there's a few things that I know I'm not getting rid of. This was in my Best of Beauty 2017. I love the Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer. As you can see through this bottle, like there's not a lot left in there, like it's kind of sloshed around, but the bottle is maybe down to about here, so I'm sure I will finish this up in 2018. But it's a really great primer, so I'm definitely going to keep this and going to continue to use it. I'm also going to keep my Too Faced Hangover RX primer. This is honestly, I would say, probably mostly finished. There's not like, it doesn't feel very heavy. There's not a lot left in here. And I love this primer for days where my skin just needs a little bit more hydration. So I know I'm going to be keeping that. Oh God, knocking things over. I'm also going to be keeping this H2O Plus Beauty Rapids Probiotic Mattifier. I just got this to test out. And I actually think that this primer is very similar in texture to the Smashbox Photo Finish, but it's supposed to have some additional skincare benefits, so we shall see. I know I'm definitely going to keep that. But then, to be honest, I'm not a really big fan of this Smashbox Photo Finish primer, and I don't know if this is something I really want to hold on to. I never really use it. I think I just keep getting samples of it, and I kind of hold on to it in case I ever wanted to do a comparison, but I don't think that I need to. So I think I'm going to put this in the giveaway to a friend pile, because this is basically brand new and it's a little sample, but I'm sure somebody else would appreciate it. Let's see, some other really obvious things. I'm going to be keeping my IT Cosmetics Anti-Aging Armor. I really like this as a sunscreen. It's definitely a really light base under makeup if you want to add that SPF, and I really enjoy that a lot. I'm also going to be keeping this Dermalogica Skin Perfect Primer, which also has sunscreen. I really like this product. I just don't talk about it a lot because it's crazy expensive. It's like $65 for a primer, which I got this sent to me as a PR sample. So like, I don't know if I would necessarily have gone out and spent the money on this. Like the Hourglass primer is also in the like $60 price point, which is also insane, but that is like, I don't know, it's just a very special primer, so I haven't had to repurchase that one either. I just like, I don't know, I don't talk about this a lot because it's expensive and I kind of feel a little funny about recommending it, but it is good. As you can see, like based on the dent in it, I do definitely use this and will continue to use this in the future. I've also got a couple little samples here of the Benefit Professional Primer, and I actually do really like this primer. It's nice for filling in the large pores around my nose, so these are just little samples, both of which I've used a little bit, so I'll just make sure I use these guys up. I have these 2 samples of Cover FX primers, and to be honest, guys, I've had these for a while and I haven't reached for them, so I think I'm probably better off giving them to somebody else to try, because I obviously have so many other primers. I'm probably not going to get around to using these anytime soon. The same thing goes for this Temp 2 primer. I'm pretty sure I got this in an Ipsy bag or something, and I never reached for it, so I'm going to give this away to somebody else to use. Now, I just redeemed 100 points at Sephora back in December for this sample of the First Light priming filter, so I haven't even tried this yet, so I know I'm definitely going to be holding on to this. Speaking of Becca, I really like this Evermatte Poreless Priming Perfector. This is so great in the summertime for when my skin is stupid oily, for just controlling shine. It is honestly probably getting a little bit old, so I think I'm gonna have to use this and see if it's still good. If the formula looks like it's starting to get funky, then I'm gonna throw it away. But in the meantime, this is definitely one of my favorite primers. Now on that note, I feel a little bit torn because this is similar to the Becca one, but maybe a little bit less sticky, and I like this primer a lot, and I know it's newer, so maybe I'm actually better off holding on to this one over this Becca one. As much as like I love the Becca one, this is kind of old, and I don't know how good it is anymore. And it says, what, 12 months? Yeah. 12 months. It's definitely been more than 12 months since I opened this, so maybe I should put this in the get rid of pile. Obviously this would not go to somebody else. I would throw it away if it was old. This guy is also new to me. This is the Catrice Cosmetics Prime and Fine. I just got this back in December to test out this month in some drugstore videos, so gonna be holding on to this. And then this is where things get a little weird, and I'm not really sure what to do. I have these two drugstore primers, which I have been holding on to because whenever I do a drugstore makeup tutorial, I like to have some primers that I can reach for. So, you know, I have the Catrice one now, but I don't know if I'm going to like the Catrice one. So I think for now I'm going to hold on to these, but I don't think I'm going to need all three of them in the end. I'll just have to probably pick the one or two that I like the best. I honestly never reach for the MAC Strobe Cream. I know it's a really popular product, but I pretty much only ever held on to it for dupe purposes. So I think I'm just going to get rid of the sample and give it to somebody else. The same thing goes with this Josie Maron Argan Finishing Balm. Like, I never use this. I've had it sitting in a drawer forever, so I think I'm going to pass this along to somebody else who might be able to get more use out of it. I obviously did try out this Korres Greek Yogurt Primer. I don't think it blew me away. I probably will just throw the sample out because I think it's getting a little bit old. I do like the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. As you can see, like, I have used some of it. This is nice for days when I just need a little bit of hydration but don't want anything too heavy on my skin. It's also nice for wetting your makeup brush, so I think I will hold on to this. Then this guy here is brand new to me. This is a Nude Sticks Moisture Pencil. I got this at Gen Beauty. I haven't even taken it out of the plastic yet. And to be honest, I don't know if I'm going to find myself needing to use this. My skin is so oily. Moisture is not one of my big concerns. So I think I'm probably honestly better off just giving this to somebody else to try. I have this little sample of the Cover FX Custom Infusion Drops. I like to mix these in occasionally into my foundation. Honestly, it looks like I haven't even used this, but like a little bit goes a long way. So I probably will hold on to this. If I, you know, don't use this up in the next couple of months, I probably should throw it away because I think it is getting to the year mark. And then I've got a few other random samples. The J1 Jelly Pack, I tried this out. That was kind of weird, and I'm not like a super huge fan of it. So I think I might just give this to somebody and see if they want to try using it. I do like the Makeup Forever Smoothing Primer though, so I think I will keep this. And then, I don't know how I feel about this little Milk Makeup Cooling Water. It's kind of an interesting product, but it's not something I get a ton of use out of. Maybe I should put this in my everyday makeup drawer and see if it's like right in front of my face, if I'll actually reach for it. And then there was foundation, which I feel like compared to a lot of other beauty bloggers, my foundation stash is actually really very reasonable. And a part of this is that I'm really super picky about buying foundation, and I'm not someone that gets sent a lot of makeup in PR. I get a lot more skincare, so I'm not someone that gets like a million foundations and all the different shades. So I pretty much only have the ones that I use, and if I don't like something, I usually get rid of it fairly quickly. So I'm gonna tell you right now, I honestly don't see myself really decluttering much of this. Like the IT Cosmetics CC Cream is one of my favorite everyday foundation type products. This one is like pretty well loved. I'm probably going to need to restock this in the next couple of months, and I've repurchased this many times in the past, so this is not going anywhere. The Milani Conceal and Perfect is one of my favorite drugstore foundations ever, and I have two shades because I'm kind of in the middle. Like, this creamy vanilla is too light, but obviously warm beige is like too dark for me. Come on, focus. Thank you. So usually I mix these two together to make the shade that is right for me for the time of year. And honestly, this is a $10 foundation. So 2 of these is still less than half of what some of my other foundations cost. So I really don't mind needing to buy 2 shades, especially like if CVS is having a buy one get one half off deal. I have extra bucks. I'm pretty sure that I got these, like I almost never buy drugstore makeup not on sale, like really, I never do. So I'm pretty sure that this is something that I will continue to repurchase, continue to use. I'm not getting rid of these anytime soon because I love them. Then there is this Kokie foundation. I took this home from Generation Beauty New York in the fall, and I really love this foundation. Nobody talks about it, and it's really nice. It's got a very natural finish, kind of like a light to medium coverage. It's buildable. It's a really like natural, everyday kind of makeup. So I really enjoy this. I'm not planning on getting rid of it anytime soon. This is new to me, the Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation. So I'm testing this out this month. And I will say, spoiler alert, I have been really enjoying this. This is again a very nice, natural, everyday kind of foundation with buildable coverage. So be on the lookout. I probably will be doing like a get ready with me type video using this soon. And then there's good old Fiona Styles. And to be honest, I really love this foundation. I think the finish of it is beautiful, but I never talk about it because you can't get it anymore. I'm pretty sure it's been discontinued, or at least Ulta pulled the entire Fiona Styles brand from their website and from their stores, so I don't even know where you can get this anymore. And I feel bad throwing this away because I still have quite a bit of product, and it's something that I will wear on non-filming days when I don't, really care about what makeup I'm wearing in the sense of needing it to be something you guys can still go out and buy. So yeah, not gonna get rid of that. This is brand new to me. This is the Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Foundation. This is beautiful and stupid expensive. I talked about this in my December favorites because I love it. I used my $20 off coupon to Sephora to buy this because it's a $48 freaking foundation. So yeah, I'm definitely not decluttering this because I just got it and it cost me an arm and a leg. Well, maybe a little less than that, but it theoretically is worth an arm and a leg. And I definitely intend on wearing this for special occasions and filming and whatnot. Then I got this guy, the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. This is a great drugstore foundation. It's like $6. It comes in a bunch of shades, and it's a really beautiful sort of like satin finish. It's like it's not totally matte, but it's not totally dewy either. Really, really good stuff. So I love to use this for drugstore makeup tutorials because it's a really great affordable foundation. Now I just repurchased my Bare Minerals Bare Pro Powder Foundation. This is something I talked about in my repurchase worthy products video. I absolutely adore this stuff and cannot live without it, hence my buying it again. So this is a brand new fresh box that I'll be opening up for the new year. And then I just redeemed some Ipsy points to get a sample of this Purlisse BB cream. So I'm really curious to try this out because I think they reformulated it. So I haven't even used this yet, so that's not going anywhere. Really where I think I might do some decluttering is with these Tarte Clay Stick foundations. I have 3 shades, medium sand, I have light medium neutral, and then I have this sample that I got, I think of, what is it? Fair Light Neutral. And Fair Light Neutral is definitely way too light on me, so I think I'm just gonna give this to a friend who might be better matched to it. And then to be honest, I don't think I love this foundation enough to keep 2 different shades of it. I feel like it's one of those foundations that doesn't really like sink into your skin. It just kind of sits on top of it, and it looks pretty to start, but with my having super oily skin, throughout the course of the day, it gets a little wonky. So I think the medium sand shade actually is better suited to the color of my skin. So I think I might see if my mom wants to try this light medium neutral. I know she really likes stick foundations, so she might actually enjoy this a bit. And then here are my concealers, which again, by beauty blogger standards, I feel like is not that ridiculous. So obviously, y'all know this guy is not going anywhere. My Tarte Shape Tape basically is life. I use this all the time, so that is being kept. I honestly think I am going to continue to hold on to the Urban Decay All Nighter Concealer. At first, first glance, like I didn't really love this. I don't think it's really nice under the eyes because I think it's just too drying looking, but I think it's really nice for covering on the face, especially if you have oily skin. I think it has a lot of pigmentation and it really does cover well, especially like redness. So I think I'm going to use this to conceal around my nose and other oily areas because it does hold up pretty well. I also just picked up this Catrice Liquid Camouflage Concealer to test out. Again, I'm kind of just trying out Catrice for the first time, so I'm definitely going to be holding on to this to use in some upcoming videos. Then there's this Kokie Concealer, which I also picked up at Gen Beauty New York this year, and I like this. It's actually quite a bit more peachy than some of my other concealers, which is nice for canceling out darkness underneath your eyes. And I wanted to have another affordable option to share with you guys when I do drugstore makeup tutorials, so I know I'm going to hold on to this. Then there's this Too Faced Born This Way Concealer. Now this guy is getting old, and I think I'm going to need to declutter this soon, but I think I might have a really good dupe for this, so I want to hold on to this product for a dupe video that I'm doing. But in the meantime, I want to try to use this up because I think it's kind of getting to the point where it's just getting old and I need to get rid of it, and I don't want to throw it away just yet. Will you please focus? Jeez, come on, camera. I don't know what's up, guys, today, so I apologize if my focusing is a little wonky. But yeah, gonna hold on to this, gonna try to use it up within the, like, first I would say like 3 months of 2018. And I want to do a dupe video, so be on the lookout for that. Then there's this guy, the Milani Retouch and Erase Light Lifting Concealer. I have had this for pretty much about a year now, and I've definitely used quite a bit of it, as you can see. This isn't my favorite concealer, especially from the drugstore, so I think I'm just going to get rid of this. Obviously, it looks pretty beat up and well loved, but I don't feel like I've been reaching for it very much recently, and I don't anticipate that I'm going to start anytime soon. I don't love the applicator on this. It's very like dense and stiff. It's just kind of difficult to use. So I think I just prefer concealers in a wand type format or in like a squeeze tube with a regular applicator and not this weird spongy thing. Another product that I've basically used up is this little sample of the Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer Cream. This is in the shade L11 Neutral. And to be honest, this is a product I actually ended up liking a lot more than I did the first time that I used it. And I think it was just that the first time I got this, it was sent to me from Influencer, and they sent me the totally wrong shades. They were way too light, and they just looked very streaky and weird on my skin. So this color actually worked for me, and I did enjoy it, but I've been like scraping, even though it looks full, I think it's just product in the side of the tube. Like when you try to reach in here with the doe foot, basically nothing comes out. So I think it's about time that I say goodbye to this little sample, but maybe someday I will purchase the full size of this because I ended up liking it much more than I did in the beginning. And I've got one other little sample here. I've had this for forever. This is the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye Illumination. This stuff is heavy duty concealer. If you have really dark under eyes, and especially if you have dry under eyes, this will make your life. It is a really amazing concealer, but it definitely feels like makeup. It is very concentrated, very thick, and it says it lasts 24 months. I mean, to be honest, this is probably still fine, and I still have a little bit in here. And so, I mean, maybe I guess I'll keep it and use it, but I know I haven't reached for this recently. I should just probably try to use it up because there's not like a ton of product in here. It's just a little goes a long way. So it takes forever even to go through this size sample. And then last but certainly not least, I have this L'Oreal Magic Lumi that you can see I haven't even opened it yet. I repurchased this when I ran out of my other one, and then I never reached into this. So I need to put this in my like everyday makeup drawer. So maybe I'll actually start reaching for this again. And then there were powders, of which I have several. So a couple that I know right off the bat are not going anywhere. The Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder. I love this. I use this to set my under eyes all the time. There's still a decent amount left in this jar, but you can definitely tell that it's been pretty well loved, so that is going to stay. I also have this sample of the mattifying setting powder, which I also really enjoy for setting down my more greasy areas, so I'm going to keep this as well. Now, I just picked this up. This is the Catrice Prime and Fine Mattifying Powder, so I've been putting this to the test. I'm going to be using this again in my upcoming drugstore videos. This is just in the translucent shade, so this is not going anywhere either. Oh, and then this poor guy. Dude, this is beat up to heck. You can't even see that it said Pixie. I mean, the green gives it away, but like really, there's not a lot left in here, as you can see. This is the Pixie quick fix powder, and I freaking love this stuff. I probably would repurchase once this is entirely run out. This is like what I throw in my purse for retouching on the go if I'm looking a little shiny, because it's like a little puff, as you can see, that also looks gross and probably should be cleaned. But basically, the powder comes up through the puff. You just tap it on areas that are looking a little shiny, and it will remattify them for you. And it's awesome, and I love it. So I'm going to keep it, even though it looks grimy and terrible. I probably should just try to clean it up a little bit. But I really want to use like every last drop of that powder in there because it is fantastic. Now, this I feel a little bit conflicted about. This is the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Plus Airbrush Perfecting Powder. As you know, I love the CC cream, so I had bought this to go along with it at one point in the past. And I made a pretty nice like little dent in this. Like you can definitely see it was well loved and used, but I never actually hit pan on it. But I feel like it's getting kind of old now. Like I just kind of got wrapped up in using other powders. Like I fell in love with the Bare Minerals one and then I stopped reaching for this. It does have quite a bit of coverage, but it's a heavier powder. Like I found that my skin got a little bit oily using this compared to the Bare Minerals one, which I think was why I kind of stopped reaching for it. So I feel like I should probably just declutter this, especially it's got SPF. Like I don't even know if the SPF has expired. It might have by now. So this was really nice, you know, but I think I just found some things that worked a little bit better for my oily skin. I think if you're more normal to dry, this is a great powder, especially for like no makeup days where you want to just have a little coverage and want something lighter than using a liquid. You could just basically use this in place of a foundation and it would give you some really nice coverage. So this was good. We had a nice run, but I think it's time for me to say goodbye. Some other things. I never reach for this e.l.f. under eye setting powder. I think I'm just going to give this away to a friend because I really love my Cover FX one and I just never use this and it's just, you know, being wasted. It was like a $3 product. It's not like, you know, I spent an arm and a leg on it. I just would rather it get use from somebody else. The same thing goes for these two guys. I have the Makeup Forever HD powder and then this Bare Minerals Mineral Veil. They're both little samples that I got that I don't really ever reach for. So I think I'm going to give these guys away too. Now this I hold on to and I kind of don't know why. This is Laura Mercier you know, the loose setting powder in translucent that everybody talks about being so amazing. The problem with this is that this little jar, it's like impossible to get product out of those 3 little holes. I probably should just find a way to like take the stopper out and then maybe I can actually use this because I just get so frustrated trying to get product out that I don't ever reach for it. So maybe I just need to find a way to hack this and actually make it usable and then I can give it a proper test and, you know, develop an opinion, see whether or not it's worth all of the hype that everybody gives it. Now, this right here is a little sample of the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores Pressed, which I think I did try it out a couple of times, and it was nice, but I just haven't really been reaching for this, and it's just a sample, so I think I probably should just get rid of it. And then there were the drugstore powders. This is difficult because I kind of like all of these powders for different reasons, and it's like, do I really need to hold on to all 3 of them? Probably not. I think if I had to choose like between the Wet n Wild and the Fit Me, I think I like the Wet n Wild one better, to be honest. It's just a little less dry looking on the skin. And then, you know, I used to love this and use this all the time, the NYX HD Finishing Powder, and I don't reach for it as much anymore. But I don't know, I may want to hold on to it just as, you know, something to talk about for a drugstore type product. And I guess this is also cruelty free and the Maybelline is not, so I think I'll hold on to the NYX one for now, and I think I'm going to declutter this Maybelline Fit Me. It's also kind of old, so I don't know. I don't know if I want to give this to somebody else. I'll have to kind of try to figure out when I bought this, and if it's been over a year, I probably will just throw it away. I don't want to give somebody else expired makeup. And then last but certainly not least, setting sprays. This is my current collection of setting sprays, which is, you know, way more setting spray than any one person needs, but also maybe not the most ridiculous thing that I've ever seen as a beauty blogger watching other people's declutters. So this is something I know I'm going to keep because my best friend Brittany just gave this to me as a Christmas present. It's the Ofra Makeup Fixer, and I haven't even tried it yet. Haven't even taken the shrink wrap off. So I'm really excited to give this a go and see if it is any good. I'm also going to hold on to this Cover FX Illuminating Setting Spray. I got this in a boxy charm. I talked about this in a couple of my recent videos, that this actually ended up being a surprisingly nice product for someone with oily skin. It isn't the kind of illuminating setting spray that makes you look dewy. It doesn't add moisture necessarily. It just kind of adds like a healthy shimmery luminosity to the skin, which is pretty. So I could set my makeup down with like a mattifying spray and then add this on top for that like little bit of glow that's not like an oil slick type of glow, which I appreciate. I love my Milani Make It Last setting spray, as you can see from the fact that I've used about half of it. So I definitely am going to make it a priority to try to use the rest of this. It's really good stuff, so I think I'm going to keep it and try to use it up. I'm also definitely going to keep my Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray because this is a personal favorite. This is one of the best setting sprays for keeping your makeup on all night long. So definitely not letting this go anywhere. I think I'm also going to hold on to my MAC Fix Plus, which, you know, I still have got a fair amount of this left in this bottle. I primarily use this to foil eyeshadows. I don't really like this for setting down my whole face, but if I need to wet my brush, if I want to intensify like a metallic shadow, this is usually what I use for that. And then I have these guys down here. Now, these are all drugstore setting sprays. Oh, and then I guess I have this little sample here of the Too Faced Hangover 3-in-1 Replenishing Primer and Setting Spray. Don't really like this. It makes me feel like I'm taking a bath in setting spray. It's just like way too wet. Like, it's nice as a primer, but I prefer the lotion primer over this spray. And I think, you know, honestly, I could just get rid of this. There's probably like a spritz left. So I think I'm just gonna throw that away. But back to the drugstore setting sprays that I have here. This one, the L'Oreal Infallible, is pretty good, but it's old as heck. Does this have like a use within X number of months? To be honest, I have no idea. I don't even know. I've had this for ages, and like I can tell, it feels like there's still liquid in here, but it's probably like maybe down to here or so. Like, it's definitely less than halfway full. So I don't know. Should I throw this away? Should I keep it? It's kind of old as heck. I probably should just get rid of it instead of chancing spraying it on my face. Then this guy is not bad, but I just don't really reach for it very much anymore because I've been using my Milani one so much. So I think I'm going to give this one away and then, you know, just let somebody else use it because I really don't need that much setting spray. And then last but not least is Wet n Wild Photo Focus Setting Spray. This is pretty good stuff as well. You know, I might hold on to this for use in drugstore makeup tutorials, and also, like, I feel like this one also has less product. It should be reasonable for me to actually be able to use this guy up, so I think I will keep this one. And there we have it. So this and all this is everything that I'm gonna be keeping that I need to now reorganize. Then this little pile here is stuff I'm going to give away to probably my mom or friends, coworkers, whomever. I know it's not an impressive group of products, but it's at least something. And then this is stuff I'm throwing away because it's old or expired or basically completely used up. And that about wraps things up. Thank you guys so much for being here with me to kick off the first day of my makeup collection and declutter week for 2018. I'm super jazzed about the series, guys, and I feel like we did pretty good today. I got rid of some things. I can at least fit all of my foundations and concealers and stuff now on my vanity, which is good. And I don't think that compared to some other beauty bloggers, my collection is that ridiculous, but I definitely have more makeup than is necessary for a single human being. I hope in watching this entire series, you guys will know, like, you do not need this much makeup. Nobody does. I just am a little bit obsessed. This is like a hobby that I'm kind of trying to turn into more of a full-time gig, so it happens, but I do feel much better now that I've gotten rid of a few things and made some room in my collection. So again, thank you guys so much for being here. If you enjoyed this video and you enjoyed declutters, please give this one a thumbs up. I really appreciate your support. And if you're not already subscribed, make sure you click that button before you go so that way you don't miss out on any of the rest of this week's decluttering videos or my future beauty videos. I do a lot of reviews and get ready with me's and other kind of fun things. So I hope you will stick around. In the meantime, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you in tomorrow's video. Bye.